Hello, I'm Renzo Ginto, a doctor from the Philippines and an alumnus of the University of Copenhagen School of Global Health. First of all, thank you for choosing to embark on this journey of innovating for global health. Global health is a complex arena that requires passion, creativity, grit, and commitment. Therefore, you should feel proud of yourself for deciding to join the inspiring community of global health innovators that will change the world. But before you dip your toes into the world of global health, observe your surroundings, and begin designing your innovative solution, you must first look inwards and ask yourself, who am I? Why do I want to be involved in global health in the first place? What motivates me to be part of the global health enterprise? What knowledge and skills am I bringing to the table? Am I really part of the solution, or will I just worsen the problem? Am I the right person to help the community? You might be wondering, shouldn't we be asking questions about the global health problem first, like how serious is the problem? Or what are the cultural beliefs in the community? Don't worry, we will get there. We tend to easily get excited, jumping straight into diagnosing problems and designing solutions. But an important first step, which unfortunately many of us in the field of global health do forget, is understanding oneself. Why is reflecting on oneself a critical initiating step on the road to global health innovation? There is no doubt that the innovator heavily influences and leaves an imprint on the global health solution, be it a policy, product, or practice. Hence, acknowledging one's motivations and purpose, positionality and biases, powers and privileges from the get-go is so essential. Is your personal drive emanating from a genuine desire to improve people's lives and fight the world's injustices? Or do you merely see this as part of personal career advancement, a stepping stone to a bigger global health job? Is solving global health problems for you a mere intellectual curiosity, or a higher calling and a lifelong mission? If you come from a rich country, are you doing this because you think you can save the world? Or do you feel that this is part of your obligation to redress unfairness in society? If you come from a poor country, is this motivated by a deep-seated personal experience or a desire to uplift your country's situation in the long run? We global health innovators must engage in self-reflection, not only for ourselves, but also for our entire sector. Saddeningly, the field of global health has been described as a colonial sector, marked by huge power asymmetries which are manifested in its diverse practices. Global health's origins can be traced back to colonial times, when Western powers still control many poor countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. The earlier field of tropical medicine was established to study infectious diseases in these poor countries, most of them in the tropics, in order to find ways to protect the health not of the colonized, but of the colonizers. This is to make sure that these diseases are not brought back from the colony to their homelands. Of course, many developing countries have since been liberated from their Western colonizers. But global health continues to manifest its coloniality in different ways. For instance, many global health policies and interventions, whether they seek to address the HIV epidemic or relate to the COVID-19 response, are mainly shaped and controlled by high-income countries who hold much of the world's money and resources. Meanwhile, global health research, which tends to focus on problems in poor countries, are still driven and led by universities in rich countries. For instance, as demonstrated in the uneven distribution of research money and limited authorship of papers by scholars from developing countries. Additionally, global health education is also still beyond the reach of many students and young people from low and middle income countries who may be best suited to address pressing health problems in their own settings. These are several examples of global health's coloniality, which harms not only practitioners and organizations within the global health sector, but also the communities that global health ought to serve. Hence, in recent years, there have been calls to decolonize global health, which is primarily driven by emerging scholars and practitioners from both poor and rich countries who are saying enough is enough. Decolonizing global health can only be achieved by listening to and respecting local needs, voices, and contexts, improving diversity and inclusion in education, research, and practice, and ultimately tackling the asymmetries of power within the global health sector and beyond. Decolonizing global health is a global, societal, and long-term process, but it must begin somewhere and it must start now. And it certainly can begin at the level of the individual, meaning you, future global health innovators and leaders. We must all commit to stop perpetuating these power imbalances and reproducing global health inequalities. And we can start by making sure that our innovative solutions to global health problems are developed in an inclusive, respectful, ethical, and decolonized manner. So, what are some measures that you can undertake in order to decolonize your global health solution at this phase of the innovation process? Here are some practical tips. First, you can begin by problematizing the problem. When you read the case, you can ask, who defined the problem? Is it really the problem? Or is there something else that you cannot see? Assess your qualifications. Ask yourself, do I have the knowledge and skills for addressing this problem? If not, maybe you can invite other people with the necessary know-how to help you, or even pass this problem on to someone who is better equipped. Remove your personal biases. Oftentimes, we already have assumptions about a particular problem, place, people, and culture. Have an open mind. Do not pre-nominate a solution even before learning about the problem or even immersing in the community. Listen to the community and do it genuinely and with all humility. Ask, how does the community frame and feel about the problem? Ask around and you will be amazed by the answers. Plan to involve local stakeholders from the get-go. The community is not a mere beneficiary or recipient, or even a guinea pig or a laboratory. They are your partners. You cannot design your solution inside the university and just ship it to a town hundreds of miles away. You must co-create it with the community. I hope that you were able to appreciate the importance of self-reflection as a first step towards respectful, ethical, and decolonized engagement and solution design in global health.